What's up, everybody? It's another late night in the shop working on Cardinals, and this is another headspace video, and it kind of plays off of the one I spoke about recently where I was talking about combating burnout and kind of staying true to yourself, and that may sound a little heady or philosophical, but I've been thinking about it a lot, and specifically about burnout and about my art going forward. So, lots of new folks on the page, and lots of folks who found me for my Cardinals, specifically through the Our State magazine article that was written about my work and specifically about the Cardinals that I make. And of course, as you may imagine, that exploded interest in Cardinals. And I'm very lucky that for the past 5 years, we're actually in our 6th year of business. I've always been busy. I've always been lucky that there's been demand for my work, and I've always had a knack for selling it. So business was good, and then the article came along, and as I knew it would, it blew up interest in a very specific product, the Cardinals being one of those. And I knew that was going to happen, but I don't think I was quite prepared for the sheer number of orders and just what that would mean. And what that means is that I've almost exclusively been working on Cardinals since late November, so all through December, January, February. We're now into March. That makes 4 months. And then I've got orders into June. So continuing along the current path that I'm on right now, we'll be into June, which is 7 months of making Cardinals almost exclusively. Now, I've been making other things here and there when I find time. I've been fulfilling commissions when I can find time. But really, I'm sure most of you could tell, especially the folks who've been followers for years now, the Cardinals have definitely taken over the shop. And it's not a bad thing. It's been a great experience, and it has led to tons of new customers and new interactions and meeting new people and building new connections. And it's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it. But I think if I don't put a stop to Cardinal orders, I'll just be making Cardinals for the foreseeable future. And there's an argument that that's not a bad thing. It's money, and as an artist, it's always great to sell your work, and as a business owner, it's great to have revenue. But the reality of it is, all of my work sells. I can make anything and sell it. I'm very lucky. I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm very lucky, and I've never had a problem selling my work. If you've been following me for a while now, you know that. And I think it was just one of those things where we were featured in the article, and we had so many new folks reaching out, so many new folks interested in my work, specifically interested in Cardinals. I really don't like telling people no. It might actually be a personal weakness, because sometimes you have to say no. And so I've said yes to lots of folks, and with this June batch up now, once we fulfill all the June orders, we'll be really close to 700 Cardinals ordered since the article came out. If you include that with all the Cardinals that I made before the article, I'm probably going to creep up somewhere around 1,000 Cardinals made in the past. It will be over the course of a year and a half. So 1,000 Cardinals over the course of a year and a half, which is a lot of one particular item. And so for anybody who has orders in, this doesn't change anything. I'm going to fulfill all the orders that we have outstanding. And we do have orders open for June, because I do want to provide an opportunity for any of the folks who may have been holding out. If you'd like to purchase a Cardinal, you still have a little bit of time before we shut down orders. But June will be the last batch of Cardinals that we take orders for. I think what we might do going forward is that if I release cardinals, and I'm going to say if because I don't know what the future of that looks like, I will release them once they're made. We won't be taking pre-orders. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I'm going to take pre-orders for anything going forward. And I'll tell you why. Taking pre-orders is nice from a business perspective because you know what you have to make. We take payment for pre-orders up front, so we don't have to really worry about cancellations, although we do have them from time to time. It's a very, very small percentage of people who cancel orders. Super, super small, actually. I mean, one in hundreds will ever cancel. And it's usually for a specific reason. It's maybe somebody bought them for them as a gift or something along those lines. And so it's nice. You get paid up front, you know what you got to make, and you make them and you fill the order and everybody's happy. The challenge is it creates deadlines. And as somebody who worked in the corporate world for, I guess I had about 13 years in the corporate world before I went out and started my own business. Deadlines are one of those things that don't make your life any more enjoyable. If any of you work with deadlines and you know what that feeling feels like, it's just not enjoyable. And if it's one thing I've learned in my life is that life is too short to do anything that you don't love. That's it. You should not spend any time doing anything you don't love if you have a choice. And I have a choice. So I'm not going to take pre-orders after we wrap up this June batch of Cardinals. And we're very close to closing out that batch of Cardinals. We have 100 spots open for that June batch. We're getting really close to closing it out. So once we fill all the spots for the June batch, we're going to shut down Cardinal pre-orders. And it pains me a little bit to say that because I wanted to say yes to everybody who wanted a Cardinal. I'm just realizing now that the sheer number of people, we're just never going to be able to fulfill all of the folks who want Cardinals. I'm never going to be able to meet that number. I'm never going to be able to live up to it. And the challenge is I haven't had time to really do anything else or to create any of the things that I want to create. I have so many ideas in my head of things that I want to do. We're working on year 6 of this business, and I'm just getting started, folks. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg for where I want to take this business and where I want to take my art. I'm just now getting in the stride of things 6 years in. It's been a great ride. We've had lots of success. And I know what I want to accomplish. And the challenge is, if I continue on this current path of fulfilling orders for one specific item, I'm not going to have the time to do all the stuff that I want to get done. And life is short, folks. It's so short. I had to think about this for a second. I'll be 36 next month. And I started this business at the age of 30. And I thought that was awesome. I thought that at 30, I would just call it for what it is. You think you have forever, right? To achieve your dream and to go after something, but you really don't. You know, I'll be lucky to be able to swing a chainsaw in another 25 years, to be able to swing it like I can swing it now. And even then, probably won't be able to swing it like a 35-year-old can swing a chainsaw. And so, yeah, the timeline is limited. And there are so many things that I want to make, so many things that I want to create, so many ideas that I want to get out. And I just can't keep dedicating time to one specific item. So firstly, I want to say thank you so much to all the folks who have ordered Cardinals. It has been such a pleasure to get to know all of you and to be able to create items for your home and to hear your stories of why the Cardinals are important to you and what they mean to you. And that has been really special. So I wouldn't trade this experience for the world, and it's been an experience that I needed. I needed this to remind me that I started all of this to pursue a dream of creating things with my own two hands and making art that people can appreciate, and constantly pushing myself. Because if it's one thing I know about myself, is that I have to be pushing myself every day, or boredom sets in, and I'm not a happy person when I'm bored. I need to constantly be challenged. And the reality of it is I can make these things in my sleep at this point. So I got to find new challenges, and moving forward, I'm going to do just that. So again, there are some spots left for that June batch. We've already put that batch out there, and so I'm going to stick to fulfilling it. We're going to fulfill these March batch that we've got. We're working on. You can see there's cardinals here. There's cardinals over there. There's cardinals over there. So we're working. There's boxes. All the boxes. We got to get orders shipped out. So we're working very diligently to fulfill all these orders. We have batches in April. In May, we have Blue Jays and Bluebirds. And in June, we have that last batch of cardinals. As for any more birds in the release, I'm holding off for now. I know there were lots of folks who were interested in the titmice that I had spoken of. I have the paint for the titmice. And maybe I'll release those in a small quantity sometime in the future. But I'm not going to be taking pre-orders. I think I'm done with that. It just creates a level of pressure that's not enjoyable, and creates deadlines that aren't enjoyable. And when you have the luxury, as I do, to control those things, you shouldn't create obstacles for yourself. You shouldn't create deadlines, and you just shouldn't. It's not a great way to do art. It's not a great way to be creative. And yeah. So good news is, again, anybody that's got orders in, this doesn't change anything. If you'd like to order a cardinal, you still have a little bit of time. Drop me a message. We'll get you down for that June batch. We have some spots left. And then going forward, if we release more cardinals, keep following the page. We'll drop them here on the page. You can make a purchase when they're ready. So we'll say, hey, we've got 10 available. And the first 10 folks to reach out, we'll be able to claim those 10. The good news is you won't have to wait. That's another thing. I know it's not fun for people having to wait. So, we got people who are going to be waiting into June for cardinals. We've had people that have been waiting since December for March and April. And yeah, so you won't have to wait anymore. I'll release things when they're ready. And we'll go about it that way. This is a long video, and it definitely took me a while to even think about releasing it, because it feels like a weird video to make. But I'm nothing if not authentic and transparent. That's my number one goal in everything I do. And I hope you can appreciate that and respect it. And I want to say thank you again. Thank you again to all the folks who've ordered cardinals. You've all been so amazing to work with. And if you've got your cardinals already, I hope you love them. And if you're receiving cardinals soon, thank you for your patience. We're going to get them out to you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your, I'm going to say night or morning. I'm not really sure what time it is. It's late. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care.